Mr. Speaker, my question is to the Attorney General. This afternoon, the Legislature will be debating my private member's bill, the Mandatory Sexual Assault Law Training for Judicial Officers Act. As the minister knows, I've been pushing this issue for quite some time, and the minister has told me before in this House that he is satisfied with the status quo. Unfortunately, the status quo does not go far enough. A few months ago, I was copied on a letter of support for my bill from the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario, which was addressed to the Attorney General. The letter said that since the training the minister announced, quote, won't be mandatory for current provincial judges, victims of sexual assault appearing before the provincial courts still run the risk of experiencing negative and damaging comments and rulings from the presiding justice.
Question.
Will the government listen to the call from the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario and support Bill 120 this afternoon?
Thank you. Be seated, please. Thank you. Attorney General.
Thank you, Speaker. Let me be absolutely be clear. The sexual assault is a very serious issue that demands attention from all levels of government and all our institutions. Supporting survivors is really important, Speaker, to me, because I know as they move through the justice system that these processes have the potential to re-traumatize the victims, and we want to do everything we can to ensure that that does not happen. That's why, Speaker, we have dedicated legal supports. That's why we have specially trained crowns and free legal advice for survivors of sexual assault. And that is why, Speaker, I'm also pleased, as I've said before, that the Chief Justice of the Ontario Court of Justice has informed me that the court has expressly mandated that sexual assault education be mandatory for new judges. Speaker, the education plan has been updated and is available on the Ontario Court of Justice website, and I'm confident that the action that is being taken by the Chief Justice will serve to increase public's confidence in our justice system.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Well, Mr. Speaker, the only reason the government even did anything on this issue in the first place is because we brought it up. It's not like it's a new issue. So now it looks like the government treated this as a public relations problem that they just wanted to get rid of. By hiding behind the argument of judicial independence, the bill doesn't tell them what form this training should take or how they should deliver it. That's up to the judges. The fact is that mandatory training will build trust in our justice system that is lacking as a result of so many incidents reported in the media. Since the minister doesn't look like he's going to be supporting this bill, what is he going to tell survivors who've been begging for this change?
Good job.
The Minister of the Status of Women.
Minister of the Status of Women.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And Speaker, I want to thank the member opposite for this question. Speaker, sexual violence is a brutal and traumatic crime, and the reality is that it's far too widespread in our society and has a devastating and lasting impact on survivors and their families. Now, Speaker, I want to commend the Chief Justice's efforts in implementing mandatory sexual assault training for new judges. This is an important step. But, Speaker, I want you to know that our government has been working on this issue for some time. As a government, we have done a lot through our Sexual Violence and Harassment Action Plan to change societal behaviours because, Speaker, that is where the work has to start. Training is always an important step, and that's why we've invested $1.7 million into training for frontline professionals. And, Speaker, we are taking action across government through It's Never Okay, an action plan to stop sexual violence and harassment, which we brought into effect in 2015. So we have been working on this issue for many years.